Welcome to week 15, C.L.A.W. This is your cool lifestyle and wellness. This is the part of the week where I'm going to spotlight something that's helped me, or not, along my journey. It could be a product, it could be an app, it could be a YouTube creator, it could be a whole program. If it made my life easier, healthier, or kept me spiraling to a full grown mode, or I thought it would, it goes in the C.L.A.W. So this week, we're going to go over resistant bands. We're going to go over the types, the materials, and the how did I collect so many of these? Mystery that haunts every home gym. So I just want to let you know, like, the last two videos I made, I basically have tripped over this big pile of resistance bands, and I'm like, oh, I got a lot of these. Like, I don't remember where they all came from. I had not this many when I first started. Yeah. But I got a lot, and I think I might have lost some here and there, which, whatever, but yeah. Anyways. So we're going to go through some of these. So resistance bands. And what they are is they're kind of basically elastic exercise tools, and they create tension when they're stretched. So this helps you build strength, flexibility, stability without the heavy weights. They come in different levels of resistance, usually light, medium, and heavy with different colors. And they can target nearly every muscle group. Arms, leg, core, back, glutes. They're portable, they're versatile, and they're perfect for home workouts, travel, or adding a little bit of an extra challenge to your usual routine. Basically, they're stretchy superheroes of fitness, small, colorful, and deceptively powerful. So, just to kind of go over the different kind of, there's actually different materials that you can get them in. There's ones that are more like latex ones. I don't know if these are latex or not. I don't think they are. I'm actually allergic to most latex. Like, I start to break out, but I haven't with these. So these all might just be rubber, but whatever. I think these are more whatever. But latex ones, they're kind of like, they're stretchy. They're more smooth, rubbery. They're very elastic. They're going to be more stretchy, kind of like a stubborn cat that's reaching for that top shelf. These are usually great for more the upper body work, the mobility, anything that needs a bit more of range of motion. Like, I actually have this used for my arm. These can roll if they're twisted, like the, surprise snapback of shame, roll back or the roll up the arm or something like that. But they are very light, they're very portable, and these are actually usually the cheapest out of all of them is the latex. Most people love them because they're versatile, easy to use, and they come in a million colors that you absolutely did not intend to collect. Now, why people aren't very happy about them, they do roll, like, kind of like they'll roll like it's kind of hard to like roll like that. They will pinch, and they will betray you if you're not paying enough attention. So, careful of those. Another kind they have is these fabric bands. Let me see if I can get one of those so I can show this to you. So this is a fabric band. These are the thick woven ones. They're soft, they're sturdy, they're not as dramatic. What they're good for, they're comfortable, they're stable, they don't roll. It's got a firmer resistance, so it's got less stretch, and the more of it, like, now you're gonna work. You can use, these things are amazing for more of like glutes, for the legs, for squats, for lateral works. And the other thing too is that a lot of these are usually machine washable because sweat happens. Why people usually like the fabric ones more, they stay put and they don't snap. So when I do this and whatever, it doesn't hurt as bad as those ones. They're basically the responsible older sibling of the resistance bands. Why people don't like them as much is they say that they're more heavy, because these are, believe me, this compared to like this is heavier. Not like, that much heavy, but get a bunch of them together, get heavy. Fabric bands don't negotiate. They don't compromise. They don't care about your feelings. Okay, so it's more of a fabric. Again, we'll go over those ones. You'll see those again when we go over certain things. And the other ones are rubber. So this one, I think, when I show I think this one's more rubber. I think that one's more latex. I do not know, but my guess is from the kind of, this might be more rubbery. These are similar to the latex, but they're made for people with latex allergies. So like these, my latex allergies usually go for those gloves, but yeah, I didn't pay attention. They don't usually bother me. But anyways, rubbers are usually when you have latex allergies, you want to go more for the rubber or the fabric. They are slightly less stretchy, which is why I think this one's a rubber one. This one's a little more, it's also a heavy, an extra heavy. Which means it has more resistance kind of thing. They are slightly less stretchy than the latex bands, but they're still capable of the I wasn't ready for that level of resistance. Okay. Didn't have a love-hate about this one. So next I'm going to go to the different kind of resistance bands that you can get. Now what I had found fun about these is I'm going to tell you what the names of them are, what they're best for, why they're great. I'm going to give you a 2 out of 5 chaos rating. Because y'all, when I start using some of these new ones, I'm pretty sure I'm going to come back here with a black eye and have to explain to you it was the new exercise bands. And Professor Calico for each one of these will tell you a little bit of information about them. Let me get her, since this is my Professor Calico for this week. Until I actually get a real one. Alright. So first one we're going to talk about, these are figure 8 resistance bands. Now the one I have, I don't know if you can get different ones. I only have one of these. It's more of a tube band, so it's more of that tubey, kind of rubbery. It has like mine has the handles and the thing that makes it into this nice little figure out 8. Okay. These things are best for doing, I don't use this one quite yet. Just haven't yet. We're going to. But these things are best for arms and biceps, your shoulders, for chest squeezes, for your back activation, for some warm-ups and mobility. The reason these are great is they're stable, they're controlled, and they're great for upper body work. The handles make these very beginner friendly. Chaos rating, 2 out of 5. It can snap back, but it's usually more polite. I'm not going to do that for everyone. Some of them is going to hurt. Professor Calico, she says this band is the friendly one. It will boop you, not attack you. So that is the figure out resistance bands. Just to let you know, ones I go over might not be all the bands. These are just the ones that I have and that I have discovered. So we'll go from there. So that is the figure 8 resistance band. So let's put that in my pile over here. Another kind of band. These are it's like some more of those like tube bands I was saying, but they're going to have parachute cords at the end. And there's ones for different ones. Let me see here. I'm going to show off these ones first. There's another one that's more for leg, but whatever. I think, from what I have, yeah, because I have 2 red, 2 yellow, and some of them are a little bit shorter. Some of them are longer. Just to let you know, each color, I don't know which one's what on these, because I don't use these ones yet either. But it's okay. But each one has a different color, and that just basically means it's a different resistance. At the end, has these parachute cords. So, basically these are tube resistance bands with a carabit clip ends. Now these are great for more of the full body workouts, door anchor exercises, for rows, for chest press, for lateral lat pulls, for mimicking cable machines, and for combining multiple bands for extra resistance. So why are these great? These are more of like this is like your home gym in a bag. They're very versatile. They have a chaos rating of just like all of them. 5 out of 5. Because these are the ones that will give you a black eye. Because if the door anchor fails, physics will end you. So when they snap back, they're going to hurt. And whatever's on the end is going to hurt. So just this is just more of the chaos rating means just be more careful and more like watch what you are doing. Okay? Just So per Professor Calico, she says with these, test your anchor. No, really. Test the anchor. Okay. Yeah. Right. So these, though, are going to go with certain ones. Things that come with it. Now, one of them is like a long bar and a board system. I forgot the board. So let me see if I can do this without tripping. Hold on. Okay, I did that with minimal hurting myself. By the way, I was like, oh, there's 2 of each different size. No, there's 2 of the same size because you do both sides. Anyway. So, I forgot to get this. So this is a long board and a bull system. So this is a portable home gym bar plus resistance band platform. Brands call it Pilates bar, a workout bar, or a portable gym system. So these are kind of like different names you'll find for them. These are the best for your squats, for deadlift style pulls, for shoulder presses, for core stability, and for simulating barbell movements. Okay. Why it's great is that you can attach the two bands to the board. You can clip them to the bar, and suddenly you have a barbellish setup without the weights. So I'm going to show you this really quick. Now you'll see these again when I show for exercise equipment. I want to show you this home gym system I somehow got myself, and so just to let you know, I literally got this little plastic board thing to help me, because it has other things too, not just what I'm going to show you today, to help me with my push-ups, because it's something to hold on to, like these things. We'll talk more about that. This is the board. So with these ones here, you have the board, and then you have, this thing comes in 3 parts apparently. Like I said, I have yet to use this. Eventually we're going to. But basically it's a 3-step bar. It has nice little soft things, so you can put them on your shoulders, the back of your neck, stuff like that. I should have done this before the video, but I didn't. So y'all get to see me put together. Okay, 1. I could pause, but I'm not going to. 2. Apparently they want to really twist it on, which is probably good because having this thing on twist while you're using it, I don't think that's going to be so much fun. So anyways, so how this particular board is set up, and this could be different per board, is that each end has, like I said, the next time we bring out this board in the next whatever video, I'll talk about all this part, but right here is where you attach one end of the board. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm just going to leave it together when we're done because I don't feel like dealing with it. So attach one end to the board here. Leave that one open. Attach one end to the board here. Leave that open. And then the other end you attach to, it has a nice little strap on here, which apparently you can adjust, which is cool. Again, I don't know too much about it because I have not used it yet, but we will. But you attach each end of each one. If my hand stops shaking to that. All kinds of noise, I know. Okay. And then you kind of step on the board and you put this, I guess, over your shoulders or however, and you up and down. Now the board's not on the floor, so it's very loose the way I'm holding it, but this is the bar attached to the board. That's it. That's your nice little home gym system with the thing. Use the board for one thing, use the bar for the other. Now, okay, we do gotta keep the board out. So that is that. So, with these have a chaos rating of 4 out of 5 apparently. Because if the band slips off the bar, you will learn what instant regret is. Okay? You're gonna learn what that feels like. It's not gonna be fun. And, yeah, all that good stuff. Let us... Ooh. My hands don't want to work today, people. Per Professor Calico, class, this bar is powerful. Respect it like you respect your eyebrows. Anyways. So next one still goes with the board system. Let's put that over there. Let that go. And this is, what am I supposed to be getting? Soft handles. So basically, still attached to the board here, but these are soft handles right here. These are resistance band handles. They're grip attachments basically. These are best for rows. I don't know what a row is. I don't do them, but eventually I will. Chest press, arm work, anything else that you want a comfy grip instead of the bar basically. Why it's great, these things are soft, they're comfy, they're perfect for longer workouts. They do have a chaos rating of 3 out of 5, or 2 out of 5, excuse me. It's very low danger, unless you let go mid-pull. I can actually imagine how much that hurts. But basically these ones, same thing as the bar where we clip the other end to the little thing, same thing. You're going to clip that little thing Here's your little clip to the end. Again, the board is in my lap, so it's not going to be taut. But you just kind of step on the board and you do whatever workouts you need to do. I think you can, the rows are when you can kind of sit and, I don't know, I shouldn't say things about exercises that I haven't done, but we'll go with that. So yeah, let's put this whole thing away because I can do the next one, I think, without that. So, right, what was I going to say? But yeah, Professor Calico, she says, grip these firmly, do not fling, okay? They can hurt. Lots of noise, so sorry. So that's that. Oh, sorry. Speaking of which, too, I don't feel like getting that nice thing. That's one type of handle I came with. The other one I have is these ones. These are more Velcro. Oh. Yeah. So these are more like for your leg. Like you can attach it to your ankle. So you can do resistance bands. And those would be more for, I mean, maybe for that as well. But this is a door anchor for resistance bands. It's just this little, kind of looks like a little buoy that you can stick in the water. And it only has, you know, it has the one thing. Basically, I don't know why that one has a parachute cord, but we're going to take wild guesses here because so basically what happens with these is you can turn like any door into a workout station. So you can attach, again, some of these are wild guesses, I haven't used it. You can attach your resistance band to here, and let's say you put this around your ankle, whatever you use. And you can use your door for your workout. If I can get it. Might be able to get it. This one does not want to work. There we go. And what you do is you put this, like, let's say you put this underneath your door thing, and you close the door, and this stops it. So while you're working, you just have that door is just holding on to the other end of that resistance for you, so you don't have to, or if you do an arm one, like this is in the side of the door, and you just do it. So yeah, these are great. This part is great for turning any door into a workout station. I'm gonna guess if you do arms, you can use the little handle thing on this side as well. For rows, for pulls, for presses, for anchoring bands at the top, middle, bottom of the door. So yeah, if you want to do pull downs, you would just attach them, and you do pull downs from the top of the door. Why is this great? Because if it lets you do cable machine style moves at home. Chaos rating though is 5 out of 5. Why? Because if that door is not fully closed, or someone opens the door mid-workout, or the anchor slips for any reason, you will meet the Band of Doom. Okay? Per Professor Calico class, if you share a home, announce your workout. Prevent surprise door emergencies. So that's more with the home workout ones. Show you. Next thing I want to show you is my water bottle because I'm thirsty. These are like long flat bands, and they're called therapy bands. These ones you're going to kind of see a lot. I actually have like 6 of these, and 2 of them are the oldest ones I've had, but I'm kind of afraid to use them because I'm pretty sure they're pretty old. But they're called therapy bands. They're flat resistance bands. These are great for like more of the physical therapy, for mobility, for shoulder rehab, which is what I use them for. Gentle stretching, for doorknob exercises. Why they're great is they're usually kind of soft, kind of stretchy. They're perfect for the controlled movements. These ones, like I said, you can kind of get just about anywhere. These are from Hinge Health. You'll see them again. This is the heaviest resistance, nice and long. This came from, I think, my Pilates one, but it's just a more of a lighter. These are usually kind of more lighter for whatever. These ones I actually got from my physical therapist. Talk more about that. But yeah, these are ones, they're great to have because you can actually, like, I do arm exercises. My fabric ones won't really tie to a door. These will. So I do have these so that way whenever, like, one of them tie to a door and I move my arm a certain way, these are the best for that depending on where you're at. So these are, yeah, like I said, soft, stretchy, perfect control movement. They do have a chaos rating of 3 out of 5 because they can snap if they're old or overstretched. Um, Tying them to a doorknob, safe. Doorknob starts to move while you have it there, not safe. So, yeah. So, but she says, class, these bands are gentle until they're not. So, yeah. But yeah, no, these ones, yeah, you'll see these a lot depending on what you're up to. I'll put them there because we're going to come back to those actually. The next ones are these, they're like a short loop band. Oh, a few of these. These are also, you'll see a lot of these deemed as, I hate this word so much, but whatever, booty bands. Basically, they're nice, they're short, they're looped around. You have, again, these are my fabric ones. I have some which are not. These ones came from Hinge Health. But again, they're looped. So these are ones that you usually put around what's what I call booty bands, like your legs, so you can do the up and down, or around the upper legs for, you know, especially with squats and stuff like that, gives you that thing. Let's see here. But yeah, they're great for glutes, squats, for lateral walks, for hip strengthening, for leg activation. Why they're great, especially the fabric ones, they don't roll. The latex ones do, and they roll with malice. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I hate these for whenever I have to do something, especially with my upper legs that I have to have them on. Because I can't put them on while I'm still sitting down. I have to be, well, while I'm on the ground. Like, I have to be sitting down. And I get down and these things have like rolled. And I'm trying to fix them and stuff like that. Whereas these ones are usually more, they stay put. Plus they have this little thing inside to help them. So that's what's great about them, at least about the fabric ones, but great about both of them, but they do roll. For these ones, they both have kind of different chaos ratings. So the fabric ones do have a 1 out of 5 because they're more safe, they're more stable, they more stay on. The latex or the rubber ones, they roll, they snap, they do betray. And so I prefer the Calico, fabric, angel, latex, chaos grandma. And that is a short loop band basically. These are the booty bands, I guess you could say. Let me see here. What do I have next? Next one is, oh, I love these ones. These ones come again, they usually come with different resistances. I got 3 of these with mine. They're kind of like those other cables you saw with the little parachute cords, but they're much shorter. And what these ones I got with are these. So these are leg cuffs. So the other ones, like I would probably, like if I was going to integrate with the door ones, I'd probably use these rather than what came with it with the Velcro, because these are extremely comfy. Just this part, this is just, basically this part goes around your ankle. And you just slip this part through here. You put it to your comfort level. And then you use the parachute cord to put in these 2 parts. You put one on both legs. You put one in on one on the other. And you do different leg exercises. So these are ankle cuffs, ankle resistance cuffs with a tube band. These are great for leg lifts, for hip strengthening, for glute activation, for adduction exercises. I don't know what those are. Why these are great is they do target muscles that are hard to hit otherwise. What's great about these? They do have a chaos rating of 4 out of 5 though, because if the tube slips out of the cuff, so make sure you get ones that are very, very sturdy, you will get whipped in the shin. And it hurts. And it hurts a lot, especially since this part is metal. Per Professor Calico class, just make sure that you attach securely unless you enjoy shin pain. Just saying. I do love these though. Like when I got these are the, when I talk about leg exercises, I have that one day that I do the leg and the weights. One's with the weights, the other ones are literally with these cuffs and these bands. And I absolutely love these exercises for my legs, and I can feel it. I do. Alright, let's put that away. I think these are the last of them. I'll just get one of these. These are the long loop resistance bands. So it's kind of like those booty bands, which were here, except they're usually thinner. Like this way, they're not as wide, and they're a lot longer. I use these, like I have ones that have a towel you're supposed to have to do like certain things. I like to use these to grip onto. The only problem is they don't tie around the door. I can't really tie them around the door. Then it doesn't work that way. It's okay. But these are great for assisted pull-ups, stretching, deadlift resistance, shoulder mobility, for stepping on it and putting it over your shoulders for stuff like that, or stepping on it when you do certain, like you can step on it to do exercises up here. What was one thing I have to remember? Like I said, I use it for, there's certain things that say use a towel, but I prefer to use those, so I usually use this. I do have an exercise I have to step on it to do like these back rows or something like that. Something else I use them for all the time, and now my brain's like, I'm not gonna let you remember what it is. I do love these bands though. These are some of my favorites. I use these constantly for different things, but you can find all kinds of uses for these. Why these are great though, again, they have that huge range of motion. They're super versatile. They do have a kind of a chaos rating of 4 out of 5 because if it slips from under your foot, especially when you're stretching up, it becomes a medieval weapon. I do suggest for that reason the fabric ones, because plastic hurts, just like the little latex or rubber, whatever. These ones, at least when they come whip up at you, they're not as bad. So all she says is just make sure that you step firmly. Gravity is not your friend. Okay. But yeah, no, these things are great. Let's see here. So yeah, those are all the ones that I currently have. And believe me, I have got a floor full of stuff down here. But anyways, you can get those resistance bands from like everywhere, and they honestly don't cost that much, and just a bunch of things. So if you've ever gone to physical therapy, you already know the deal. And like I said, let me get the ones from physical therapy. I had 2 of them. That yellow and that red one. Like I said, each color is a different one. Not that I remember which ones. I think the red ones were the more, yeah. So when I first went to physical therapy, these are about 10 years old, so I don't use them anymore. But they still stick around because they're my very first ones. They literally had like this giant roll of just this plastic. It was like the stretchy foot by the foot roll. And they would just strip off a thing and they'd snip it and go, okay, that's yours. So, and as I got the more resistance, I got the heavier ones. Maybe this red one came from something else. I don't think so. I know this yellow, yeah. So this yellow one definitely came from there. Nope, they don't. I can see the thing. So yeah, it was just this thing. She just stretched off thing and just had this so I could do my physical therapy exercises. So you go to physical therapy, depending on what you're doing, you will more than likely come out with some sort of resistance band. So you can get them from physical therapy. They just kind of they like to hand out the rubber latex bands like they're just giving out candy. So like I said, still have them. Probably have them forever. They'll probably outlive me. Physical therapy. Another thing too, and I haven't done Hinge Health yet, but as I spoke about before, if you do Hinge Health, as long as it's still the same, which I think it is, I think it's one of those after so many weeks or something like that, they will give you 3 different levels of resistance bands. I don't know where my heavy one is for my loop, whatever. But they'll give you those nice long ones, if they still do. And then they'll give you those short ones for the other exercises. So you get like 3 resistances of one, 3 resistances of the others. So Hinge Health gives you them. You can, of course, buy them outright. For me, again, Amazon is my personal favorite because that's where I discovered the fabric ones because I was getting sick and tired of the being pinched by latex ones. But you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to TJ Maxx, and you're going to find them, like mostly those loop ones, those booty band ones, but you will find different ones. So you can buy them outright. And then if you buy different kits, so, I said, let's talk about the leg one. So 3 of these, I bought outright before I got any kit. Here's 3. These 3, which look exactly the same, I think they came with the Pilates one. I got 3 more, so I have 6 of these. I said those kits, of course, came with the whole workout gym thing. This might come from the Pilates one more for those door ones, even though it comes with fabric ones, so it's just a short little flat one. My son might also came with one of them. I don't know which one came with this one, which is again that thing. Just kits. All of a sudden I have random more of these. So yeah. Have I used any ones from Pilates yet? No. Have I used any of the stuff from Pilates yet? No. Wanna know why? Because I am beginner. And Pilates is going to end me. And I haven't gotten to the point where it uses the little thingies. But I got them anyways because it was a cheap little thing and it was cute and I liked it. And yeah. So yeah, I got a bunch from the Pilates. I got a bunch from the home. I mean, all I got that little home gym kit for was I wanted to be able to do my push-ups. And came with a whole lot of stuff I have yet to use. I'm excited to use it, just haven't yet to use it. So yeah, I bought that little board system because I was like, I need something to help me with my push-ups. And all of a sudden, I own a bar, a board, handles, ankle cuffs, door anchor, and enough tube bands to start a small resistance band orchestra. Yeah. So, have I used them all yet? Again, no. Do I have plans? Yes. Either way, you want to find the ones that work for you. So they're basically weights, but stretchy. So I have weights, I have these. And yes, when it comes to the short loop bands, I would say get the fabric ones. I'm telling you, the rubber ones are annoying. They roll, they pinch, they betray. I highly suggest fabric, especially when it comes to the ones that goes on your legs. But you do want to keep a few like latex or rubber flat ones around because the fabric ones, again, do not tie around doorknobs all that easily. Trust me, I've tried. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So anyways, that is it for this week's Claw. Thank you for letting me share my chaos, my comfort, my ever-multiplying collection of stretchy danger noodles. If this episode made you smile or helped you feel a little more confident about trying resistance bands, or reminded you that of that one bruise you got that one time you let go just a little too soon, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me more than you know. It helps this little community grow. It means you'll be here with me next week when I inevitably try to do something healthy again. Probably by being interrupted by at least one cat or being smacked by a band that I swear I secured. And hey, if you laughed, cried, or felt personally attacked by how accurate These Things Multiply segment went, that's fair. Same. We're doing this together. Messy progress, tiny victories, stretchy band improvements. Whatever your journey looks like, you're not doing it alone. Stick around. Come back next week. Let's keep taking these tiny steps. Even if they're chaotic, even if they're slow, even if they involve a band snapping back and teaching you physics. Hope y'all have a good one. I hope to see y'all next week. Otherwise, bye.